you, Margaret, getting up early in the morning with me at 6 o'clock. It's Bronwyn White. I'm from mytravelresearch.com. I'm supposed to be here with Carolyn. She actually had to catch a flight. So it's just me today. So I hope you're all okay with that. So I'm really looking forward to chatting through some of our favourite trends from our tourism marketing plan blueprint. Just a little housekeeping, just because I am on my own. Carolyn usually helps moderating. What I'm going to do is take questions at the end, if that's okay with you. So what I want you to do is, as we go through, please write down your questions, or even just, whoops, type them into the questions box, and as you go, as you're thinking of them, and then I will address them at a separate Q&A at the very end. So I'm going to just close that, and here we go. So thank you. So what I want to do, I usually start out with this. For me, it's 6 o'clock in the morning, but I know for you, it's probably sometime in the afternoon or in the daytime. You're busy. What I'd love to recommend is that you offer yourself the luxury of learning. We don't do that often enough in travel and tourism. We're always so busy. So for me, I'm sitting here, it's still dark, there's no one around, it's awesome. But for you, you should probably turn off everything operating in the background, pinging like I just had then, any Skype systems, iTunes. Close the door, silence the phone, and give yourself some time to discover some important trends. And we will take those questions at the end. So I want you to know that you're in the right place if you no longer want to rely on Hope Marketing. So Hope Marketing is when you start marketing, you're so busy to do the research and rely on evidence-based marketing that you just kind of maybe do what you did last year, or do what you think you should be doing, or do what other people are doing, and just kind of hope it goes over okay. That's Hope Marketing. You might have travel trend overwhelm. Just general trend overwhelm is crazy at the moment. There's so much changing. You might be looking to look for trends that actually create opportunities for your business or destination. So we're getting a lot of what we term the sexy trends at the moment. They're really interesting, really exciting, but you kind of say, well, what does that mean for my business, and how am I going to make more money or get more visitors? That's what we're all about today, is relying on those trends that are actually going to make a difference and you can implement fairly quickly. So yeah, and the other thing about trends and which trends to notice is you want to make sure that your budget, and more importantly, often enough, your time is spent in the most efficient way possible. So that's what we're all about today. Now, I want you to stick around to the end. Now, if I promise to give you awesome, great content, do I have your permission to just take 10 minutes at the end to give you an awesome offer? I hope that's okay with you. If it is, type in yes in the chat. There we go. Oh, thank you. That's great. Thanks. Now stick around to the end as well, because I'm actually going to give you these slides. You're probably used to getting the webinar replay, but I want you to use the insight that's inside here, and I'm going to give you unprotected slides so that you can just copy and paste and use them as you want to. We really want to give you good value here. So stick around to the end and I'll also give you the slides. The other thing I need to point out is that we may have some funny accents. We're based in Sydney, Australia, yes, but these are global trends. These are global travel trends. We work all around the world. We get commissioned to do work all around the world, which is really, really exciting. So everything that we talk about today is global. So that's what we're all about. I've got a couple of questions here. I'm just going to check them because they could be about... oh, yes, yeah. Thank you. Yes. Okay. Everyone's just saying yes. That's awesome. Thanks for that. Okay. Let's go. So what are we going to learn today? I'm going to show you the money trends, the ones that matter. We have so many money trends, it's not funny. So I had to kind of pick out my favorites of the moment. I picked out the ones that I felt that were underestimated, or if you're George Bush, misunderestimated money trends. The ones that matter, the trends that I don't see too many destinations or marketers taking the opportunity to promote them at the moment. These are trends that will increase visitation and make a real efficient use of your marketing time and budget. So I promise you, with these trends, you'll be able to go back to the office and apply them to your business if you so wish to do so, and your marketing strategies. And at the end, we have one of those fun trends, what we call, as I mentioned, the sexy trends. So Carolyn and I had an aha moment a little while back, and I guess we've always got our head in this space. We've always worked in travel and research, marketing research. We're passionate about the industry, and between us we have about 60 years experience in travel and tourism sales, research, strategy and marketing. So I don't know if that's good or a sad thing, but we just never left the industry to do anything else. We're completely obsessed with research, trends, marketing and strategy. But one of the things that we do in our business, it's not just about research. We conduct evidence-based marketing plans for businesses and destinations around the world. We do a lot of desk research. And what happened one time is I'd done quite a few of these plans in a row, and I said to Carolyn, you know what, about 80% of the information, 80% of our challenges and opportunities are the same for all of us as an industry, no matter where we sit in the world. We're all facing collectively similar opportunities and changes and challenges. So what I mean by that is we all have similar target markets. You know, we all have seniors and Gen Zs with similar characteristics. We all face the same crazy digital marketing trends and landscape, the same tech trends, the same SEO landscape when Google changed over to semantic search. The travelers generally are taking the same or similar path to purchase, no matter where we are in the world. Some do things a little bit differently, but they're really subtle differences. And, you know, we have very similar demographic shifts and characteristics. And I thought, why on earth are we all doing this on our own? It's kind of crazy. So what we did is we developed a travel and tourism marketing plan for the broader travel industry as a whole. So we developed the Tourism Marketing Plan Blueprint. Now, a few of you on here have heard of that before. A few of you even own it. And what it is, it's just one big plan for the industry that you can go into at any time and just pick and mix what you need in terms of your own marketing strategy. So it's the super document. So we know that, yep, you can go in and get trends and research and spend hundreds of hours doing that, but we've actually put the trends all into one spot. So we call it Travel Trends Central. So it's researched by us, it's updated by us, and so what we're going to do is share some of those trends with you today. Now, we've been increasingly talking about these trends on a whole range of media outlets. More and more, we're on TV, which is really exciting for us. We're constantly quoted in travel press, and for me personally, I have a special interest in seniors. I've written a book about seniors. Seniors travel tips. Let's go to the travel trends. My favourite trends of the moment from the blueprint. So we'll go through the misunderestimated trends, the low-hanging fruit, and I'm going to go through what I call the do or die trends. So you've heard these before, but what the problem is, I don't see a lot of particularly businesses taking action on these trends. So what I'm saying is that if you don't do something about these trends now, expect to die a slow death. And I'm going to talk a little bit about robots, some of the fun stuff. So here we go. We have my first favourite underestimated trends where you should have heaps of opportunity is the senior sub-trend of senior singles. Now, again, I've researched seniors to death on behalf of a lot of clients and also in my own research. I also operate a well-known seniors travel blog, which is kind of a hobby. because I love the way that these guys sort of have a passion for travel. The travel blog's called New Young Travel because I feel that these guys have retain a sense of youth that is often, you know, more youthful than young people, as crazy as that sounds. But one of my favourite sectors is the singles. So who are the senior singles? Well, it's not Madonna. I just put Madonna in there. Well, she is actually a senior, believe it or not. Look at her. Don't we all want to look like that when we're sort of pushing 60? But the thing about senior singles, they may not look like Madonna, but they think and feel like Madonna. You know, they think that they rock. And these senior singles, most of the time, are women. So who are they? They may be newly divorced or newly widowed. And often I come across ladies that have been married for many, many years. The kids have left home and they've gone, you know what, hubby, I don't care that you don't want to travel. I'm going to travel anyway. So she's quite happy to leave him at home and travel on her own. So she's always wanted to travel, but never had anyone to travel with because her husband may not have wanted to go with her. And the other thing I need to point out is, contrary to popular belief, it is not the single supplement that is the most important factor. Okay, these guys know that there are enough companies out there now to cater to them, to cater to the single supplement. Some of their concerns are more deeper, they're a little more emotional, and some of these concerns you need to meet in your marketing and your language if you want to connect with these guys. So it's important to, I guess, appeal to that sense of security that they have. They just need a little push to start traveling, and once they've started, they're completely unstoppable. So what you need to do is help them with that little push. So some of their common pain points include, I have no one to sit with at the dinner table. It'll be full of happily married couples and I will be the only single one there. And, you know, I'm really self-conscious. This generation, they find it very difficult to be proud and single. And, you know, again, they just need that little push. Will I be safe traveling on my own? So some of the things that you probably need to do is through your marketing, include text and imagery, especially, you know, addressing singles, addressing their needs, so answering some of these questions. Very subtly though, you don't sort of overtly say, okay, if you have no one to sit with at the dinner table, we have a table for you. But visually you can show these things. Small group tours are really kicking goals with this market at the moment, and they've realised that they can be quite lucrative and fabulous repeat visitors. I've seen cruise companies also have great programs, meet and mingle programs at the very beginning of the cruise. They might have a couple of cocktail hours. So that sort of thing is really good for, I guess, allaying some of those pain points. Information on their website specifically addressing some of these concerns in a really subtle way. And again, these guys love making new friends, forming new friendships with their common interests. They're possibly looking for travel buddies down the track, so be aware of all this stuff and facilitate it where you can. So if you do have a few singles with you on your tour or in your hotel, make sure you facilitate them getting together. And this is some of the language you can use. My other favourite senior sub-trend at the moment is accessible, and that's why Carolyn can't be with us today. She's just completing 30 one-on-one depth interviews across the country for Tourism Research Australia, our federal tourism agency, on accessible travel. It's perhaps the travel industry's greatest untapped opportunity, and it's thanks in part to the ageing population. So as an industry, we're all a little bit guilty of thinking accessible tourism is just people in wheelchairs, for example, or they might be, you know, I guess people that just need ramps or special bathrooms. That's not the case. It's all about the ageing population, and that's why the sector is growing. And again, we've come across a lot of these travellers in our research and focus groups. it doesn't stop them traveling. Aging doesn't stop them traveling. They still want to travel. And the interesting thing about this cohort is that they may not even identify as having a disability. They just think they're getting a bit old. I love this quote here. It's from one of our respondents in a focus group. For him, it was about hazard reduction. You realise you can't do all the things as confidently as you used to. You don't want to stop traveling. There are trade-offs. So this guy, he was used to getting in the car with his wife and doing big road trips all around Australia and also overseas, around the world. He just couldn't drive the distances that he used to, but he did not want to stop traveling. And his trade-off to keep traveling was a coach tour. So again, so coach touring, you know, it has a really kind of crusty reputation. A lot of coach touring companies are changing their product offer to be more flexible. You know, he was willing to take coach tours now, or give them a go at least, because he can't drive those long distances. So the thing about seniors, they may be restricted as they age, but they do retain their sense of travel adventure. They still want to get out there. Their attitudes are much younger than their physical age, but they realise that they do need to adjust a little bit. They're still looking to have their boundaries pushed, and they want to feel safe and comfortable at the same time. So I've put this little pictorial together. You know, this guy on the left, I may look like this, but my attitude is more like this rock star hunk on the right. You know, we all think on the inside. I think men specifically, sorry guys, they all kind of have this, I wouldn't say overinflated sense of self. It's a positive sense of self. So the issue here for you as marketers, as travel marketers, is that your product needs to cater to the physical age, but your marketing needs to cater to the mental age. So don't put imagery like this guy on the left. It's an instant turn off in your marketing. Make sure they're like our man on the right, but just subtly address some of those physical things in your marketing communications. I've seen some really poor, inadequate, accessible web pages, you know, really tokenistic efforts, and you know, some of the big hotel chains are really guilty of doing this. I found this awesome web page. The New Forest in the UK have a great accessible web page. It's not just a page, it's many pages of travel information for the accessible market. So if you have a look at the accessible New Forest, so you've got not just a page but several pages, things to see and do, walks, travel, information. And when you go in, they've got lots of really fabulous images and really rich content. So the thing about this cohort is they need lots of information to plan, to feel like they're going to be in a safe place when they get to your destination. So accessible tourism, it's no longer just about building ramps or, you know, accessible bathrooms. It's a rapidly growing market. It's no longer a niche, but it's approaching around 25% of the total tourism spend. This is a huge opportunity for both destinations and tourism businesses. So let's have a look at some of the things that you can do, go off and do today or plan to do with this market. So with your current product, you can perhaps look at rebranding, remarketing, or just doing similar to what we saw at the New Forest. Start talking and positioning your product a little differently with a lot more information. So talking about the levels of comfort, the accommodation, levels of adventure, the mode or the pace of the tour, the levels of assistance available to them. And also as a coach tour, the number of stops, you know, going to the toilet is front of mind for lots of travellers. Even me, I haven't hit the seniors, but you know, I want to know where the toilet stops are after 3 kids. So there's more information that is needed for this cohort when they're researching. They want to minimise the risk associated with making a decision. So that's got to be beyond your basic website, basic itineraries. I want to know what's happening when they get there. Excuse me, I'm just having a drink of water. It's very early still. My next misunderestimated travel trend, millennials. Okay, so in this slide here, this is kind of what we're thinking about millennials. You know, they're young, they're vigorous, they're party animals, they're the selfie generation. Well, guess what? Millennials are growing up. So here we are, here's the new millennial. This is the upper end of the cohort at the moment. So basically we have millennials as mums and dads. They're having kids. They're sort of not crazy party animals anymore. So we're seeing in the top left-hand corner here, this is what we kind of traditionally think of millennials as. But here is a millennial as a dad, mums and dads, they're business travelers. That's another thing we're going to talk about today. And they're becoming sophisticated hipsters. So, you know, they're discerning tastes, they're foodies. We know that they're looking to, you know, be a little bit more grown up than what they used to be. So as marketers, as destination and tourism marketers, we need to cater to this. So as an industry, we need to plan for this tectonic shift in two broad areas. What's going to happen to their travel behaviour as they become parents? And what will business travellers look like as they become the peak of influence? So yes, they're growing up. Now, what's happening with this is they've also been quite indulgent in the past in their travel behaviour. You know, the foodies, you know, they really like the good stuff. They're becoming a little bit more value conscious because kids are expensive, let's face it. But they don't want to sort of let go of what they used to do in the past. So what we're seeing them do is trading up, trading down philosophy. So what that means is on one trip they might stay in a nice resort, they might go to Fiji, they might do a cruise, but the next trip they might do something like go to a caravan park, a trailer park on the coast, which is a little bit more affordable. So they're trading up, trading down where they need to so that they don't need to miss out on holidays and travel. Food in particular continues to be a concern and a driver for millennials. They still want to eat well themselves, but they're very conscious of the nutritional choices for their families. So when, you know, mum and myself, we go out or when we're traveling, you know, it's the standard fare, it's the fish and chips, it's the sausages and chips. Everything's so deep fried. Corn dogs, my God, last year I took my kids, we all went to Disneyland from Sydney, the trip of a lifetime. My 8-year-old daughter discovered the corn dog. I'm so glad we don't have them here in Australia because I had to do a corn dog weaning program after America. So, you know, just that deep fried corn dogs and chips affair. They want some salad in there now, some little kid-friendly salads, some fruit salads, some juice cups, that type of thing. So, you know, if you can offer a few choices that they can go for. The other really interesting thing is millennials have spent a long time with mum and dad. They've been at home for ages. So they possibly stayed there until they went off and got married and had kids. They've spent a lot of time together. So therefore, multi-generation trips are really, really attractive now to the millennial traveller. Now, as business travellers, they've become the core of the business travel market. They already account for a third of spending on business flights. So as business travellers, one of the things that we're finding, and this has happened in the past, that they're willing to pay for a far superior experiences. They don't skimp. So if you can make their trip smoother, easier, faster, they will pay for it. So you need to really step up here. And with millennials, they've really valued the co-op environment. You know, we're all in it together. They respond well to co-working spaces, to creative working spaces. They're not kind of that really crusty old officey type. So what we need to see is hotels, for example, stepping away from this 24-hour business centre, which is kind of really, really 80s. Now, I took this snapshot yesterday of a hotel here in Sydney. It's a hotel chain, a well-known international chain. They're still talking about fax machines in their 24-hour business centre. Come on, you know, that's a bit of a joke. So what we need to do is see some creative spaces, some co-working spaces in these 24-hour business centres that are open. People can network, people can work at a hotel how they're used to working at home. So again, sort of getting at stepping up, getting with the program a little bit more. Wi-Fi, it's a basic expectation. It's ground zero for business travellers. We still see terrible Wi-Fi situations, you know, in all major hotels really. I see the smaller hotels really, I guess, respond better to Wi-Fi than the larger chains. Having to pay $30 a day for really poor Wi-Fi at a Marriott or wherever is really, really poor. And again, this quote from a group that we had, I walk into a room and there is a TV with access to 20 paid channels. They're prepared to offer that for free, but they want me to pay for Wi-Fi? Give me the option. I'd choose Wi-Fi anytime. I'm here for business. So that whole Wi-Fi thing, it's still making travellers angry, and they will name and shame you on social media. So make sure that you do make it easy for them to connect and to work. Loyalty programs. Again, we're seeing a lot of hotels missing the step here. It's commonly felt that millennials are not brand loyal, but this is a misconception. If you can cater to their needs, make it easy and make it faster, as I mentioned, and make it more aligned to their values, their needs and preferences, you will win them over. So we're seeing here, for example, reward programs like Qantas. They can redeem their points on things, not just airfares, but also wine, restaurants, hotels, tours, baggage, a whole range of products. Whereas we're seeing again hotels and a few airlines still offering that redemption on products, you know, that they actually own. And marketing to them. Well, you know, I think we know this. They can see a marketing fraud and corporate speak a mile away. So you really need to be 100% genuine in your attempts to connect with the millennial. Show a genuine interest in educating them. So this is the base principle of content marketing. Marketing and sales to people through education. This tactic works really, really well. So the truth of your product, service and destination, it doesn't have to be schmick production. It can be DIY. These guys respond to really nicely to authentic DIY marketing and videos and imagery because it tells them that, yeah, you're the real deal, you're legitimate. Some general marketing tips for millennials. Email is still the number way to connect. It's retro. It sounds retro, but it's still the number one way that they want to keep up with you. But you still need to be seen on social media. And the other thing, this has not changed. They trust their friends and family beyond anyone else when it comes to recommendation. So they're looking for their friends and family, and they're looking at user-generated content still on, you know, Google My Business and TripAdvisor, that type of thing. Now, my other trends. Don't wait. It's time for action trends. I call these the do or die trends. So there's my tourism operator there sitting turned into a skeleton because they didn't act on these trends. So again, you're going to have heard of some of these before, but I'm going to go through them with, I guess, hopefully a different lens, putting the fear of God into people. So since the introduction of semantic search about 2 to 3 years ago of Google, what happens is what appears on page 1 of Google for a search result is different for every search query, every mobile device, and every desktop. So what happened when Google switched over to semantic search was the biggest change in the internet since the internet began. This is the industrial revolution of our time. So 2017 is the new 1760. I'm not being alarmist here, but seriously, we will never ever be here again. So as an industry, we have opportunities handed to us on a plate in marketing terms that no one will ever get again. So let's have a talk about what semantic search actually is. So what happens is if I'm sitting in my lounge room and I type in, I don't know, holiday, beach holiday. And what Google does is it draws on information that it has collected about me, Bronwyn White, over the past couple of years. So it knows my past search history, it knows where I'm geographically located, it knows my social media habits, it knows what I comment on, what I like on social media, what I respond to. It gathers all that information on me. So this is what semantic search is all about. It's about true content. And what it does is it goes off and it looks for the most personalized or the most appropriate web page for me, Bronwyn White. So it only does this, it only presents to me the pages that it trusts to present to me as the best answer to my search query. So what is going to happen is, say, my next door neighbours, BJ and Akron, are a gay couple. If they typed in the same query, beach holiday, they will be presented with a whole heap of different searches. Results. So for example, I will probably receive results around holiday cabins, self-contained accommodation, things to do with kids, interesting, what to do with kids when it's wet weather, all those types of things. So we are Akron and BJ's worst nightmare. You don't want to be near us when you're on holidays. Whereas their web pages that they'll be presented with are going to be luxury resorts, tropical resorts, probably more expensive resorts, the type of holiday that I actually want to be on. So they will be presented with a total different set of results, and that's what it's all about. So how do you get to be those web pages that Google presents to me or my neighbours? Your strategic goal in the next 12 months to 2 years should be to build trust, reputation, and authority. Google needs to trust your web pages enough to present to a user or somebody searching for your type of business or content or destination on the internet. So this is not a quick fix or silver bullet. The magic ingredients to build trust, reputation, and authority are time and consistency. So it does require hard work and it does require a strategy. So how tactically do you do this? Well, you've got to do it through content. So without content, Google cannot figure what you're all about. So Google needs your content on a regular basis so that its machine learning algorithms can figure your web pages out. So it's not good enough to just post a whole heap of content once and then walk away. It's not good enough to have the same content that you've had since 2014, 2015. You have to now, you're not only a marketer, a tourism destination marketer, you have to be a publisher as well. So you need to start thinking about yourself as a publisher of great, compelling content for Google to, one, understand your business and understand the type of tourism business that you are or destination. It has to trust you enough to be able to present in a search. So you've got to think about your content as the centerpiece of your SEO strategy now. Of course, there are a lot of practical, smaller back-end stuff that you need to do, but it's all about content. Google has told us recently you need to concentrate on your content, and you also need to concentrate on your inbound links. Those inbound links happen when you have fabulous, relevant content. So if you don't publish fresh content on a regular basis, Google and the machine learning algorithms can't find or figure you out. Now, I probably should point out here that all the search engines are on semantic search now. So we've got Bing, we've got Yahoo. When Google changed over, representing 70% of the market, that's when it was a game changer. So, through content, you're going to build that trust, reputation, and authority. Your customers and Google will get to know you a lot better. Types of content. Well, we know, yes, blog, we know pictures, video, itineraries. So one of the things that you need to do is talk about things around and related to your product or service. So don't just talk about yourself, talk about things happening in your destination. If I'm a hotel, You know, you want to become an expert on what's on. Where are the markets? When are the markets on? When are the festivals? What's happening at the local theatre? What am I going to do when my kids, you know, with my kids when it's raining? All these types of things are really relevant to your business and a really fabulous, rich search content material. Visual content has just, the importance has been catapulted in the last 6 months. Now, visuals and the travel industry go hand in hand. We have no excuse, guys, for having poor, outdated images, and I'm so surprised that I still come across a lot of them. I still come across hotels that put horrible faded pictures of their, you know, apricot coloured bedspreads in their rooms on a website. I mean, really, you've got to stop that stuff. So Google will penalize you now. If you have really bad, crappy photos, including thumbnails, you will get penalized. The algorithms, these search engine algorithms can read images. One, it provides a further context to your website. So the images help the algorithms understand the words around and understand what you're all about. So again, if it can understand you and trust you, it's more likely to present you in a search. So the other thing that's happened fairly recently in the last few months is Google has put out a call for images. It wants more images. You probably have lots of images, but it wants more, particularly on Google My Business. Now, in America, we're quite okay. We're fairly sophisticated in Google My Business, but in Australia, in this side of the world, we're really, you know, a good couple of years behind the US in trying to get the Google My Business profiles really, really rich with content and videos and exciting stories. My other one, mobile. Yes, we know mobile. We need to be mobile. But again, it's just not happening. 44% of American small businesses are not mobile friendly. That's in 2017, the start of 2017. Now, I've put that stat in there because around 80% of the travel industry is small business. So this is quite a shocking stat. So basically, if you are not mobile friendly, and mobile friendly is beyond having a mobile website now, you know, users will just walk away from you. They'll go straight to your competitors. There really is no excuse anymore. So it's not just an epic game changer. It was 2 years ago. It's a prerequisite. It's ground zero. You don't just need mobile. You need a mobile strategy. So you need to be meeting demand in areas of micro moments where, you know, travelers have these highly charged moments of intent, these short spurts of time where they're looking, researching their holidays, they're planning. They want to be able to look quickly, they want to scan, they want to see visuals, they want dot points, they want things that are easy for them to read and research. And, you know, micro moments, they might be conducting this type of research when they're waiting for kids at school, or they're at the bus stop or doing something. So the thing is, when we're searching, waiting's become a thing of the past. And when I refer to waiting here, it's waiting for a website to download. So what happens is people get really angry when things are slow. If your booking button's bad, you know, if your big fingers can't kind of navigate the page very well, we all get really cranky and we just go somewhere else. So what are people searching on mobile? What's really interesting is there was some research I just came across. When it comes to planning, mobile tends to serve a larger role in answering questions early on in the traveller path to purchase. So what's happening is when they're in the planning and the dreaming stages of their travel research, they are looking on mobile devices. So you need to really have your content really appealing in the early stages. So what that means is having beautiful, dreamy images and videos that help people visualize. You know, this is where they're deciding on where they're going to go, where they want to do all their research. So making sure that you're catering to those micro moments early on. What's happening is when they're getting to the pointy end of booking and you know, the nitty-gritty of booking, they do tend to still go to a desktop. So we're in a position now where, you know, we've really got to cater to both to an extent, but it's moving more and fairly rapidly into the mobile sphere. Okay, what I'm going to talk about now is one of my fun tourism trends, and that's robots in tourism. Now, robots, I read an article in The Economist last week. It's not Mexicans Donald Trump needs to worry about, it's robots. Robots are taking our jobs in travel and tourism more and more. So I'm going to show you an example here of where that's happening, and it's happening now. It's not just an emerging trend. This is happening. So this is Relay, which is basically a locker on wheels, and Relay is positioned in a hotel. So we've got a lot of chains like Marriott, Hilton, Westin experimenting with robots at the moment. So I'm in my room, I ring up and I order my club sandwich. And what happens is the kitchen cooks it up, and once it's ready, instead of giving it to the guy with the trolley, he puts it inside Relay, the robot. So the robot is programmed to scoot to my room, and, you know, it alerts me. I get a phone call to say that my club sandwich is out there and ready. I open the locker, get my club sandwich out, and Relay goes back down to the kitchen. So this is a very real example of how robots are being used in tourism. We also see them being used at the moment and experiments as concierge in, I've seen in a couple of Japanese hotels and a whole range of areas. So this is a very real, I guess, cost-saving product that hotels are looking at. So that's kind of the end of my trends session now. And I want to ask you, you know, you don't want to rely on hope marketing. It's really, really important that you create your decisions, your marketing and tactical decisions on evidence. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, as Albert Einstein says. And I've seen that. I mean, that stat says it all around small businesses not being mobile friendly. I'll just take another drink. Thank you. So how are we going? I know you're making your decisions as much as possible on the evidence, but I really want you to make 100% of your decisions based on evidence. And I hope that you're willing to change your habits. So why did you show up today? You're probably looking for opportunities for your business or destination. You're looking for the low-hanging fruit trends, the trends that you can action. You're looking for evidence-based trends to help your business or destination marketing. You might be frustrated by the number of choices out there, the number of marketing and tourism trends. You want the money trends. So, and I hear so many of my clients and friends saying that, you know, you're experiencing marketing and technology overwhelm and increasingly relying on hope marketing. So the obvious question here is, how do I get my marketing plan bulletproof, evidence-based, and up and running quickly with actionable trends? You can take the complicated and confusing route. There's so much information out there at the moment, so much published information. You can literally spend hundreds of hours that you don't have researching every major trend, every emerging trend for your travel and tourism plan. We've literally spent hundreds of hours on our marketing plan blueprint. Or you could take the simple and strategic route and join us for the Tourism Marketing Plan Blueprint. We want you to become a tourism marketing rock star with us, with mytravelresearch.com, in our done-for-you tourism marketing plan template. So it's literally a done-for-you marketing plan that we give to you, and you just take what you need for your strategic marketing. The blueprint is at the absolute fastest and most effective way to build your business or destination marketing planning in the coming year and beyond. And Carolyn and I are travel researchers. This is what we do day in, day out. We constantly search and curate the major travel and tourism trends throughout the year, and we give them to you in a document, and our yearly updates, which I'm working on at the moment. So we literally do the research, we do the work for you. So what do you get? You get the complete tourism marketing plan blueprint. This is a global document. It's globally relevant. As I mentioned before, we're all facing these similar trends and, you know, the landscape. It's a truly evidence-based marketing plan that's totally done for you, the tourism industry. The only thing we ask is that you add in your destination specific stats. So you'll probably have to add in your visitation numbers and things specific to your destination, business or region. But we literally give you the trends and you just pick the ones out that you want to include in your strategic marketing plan or your tactical marketing plan. You literally copy and paste them into your blueprint or your own blueprint or our template. So customizing with your own data. The thing that we do to help you customize is we offer free coaching calls on a range of topics. So next week we're going to start our coaching calls. The first one is a background coaching call, but we literally have a group coaching calls where you can ask the questions, we workshop issues, we workshop opportunities, and we help you find areas and trends that are applicable to you and your business. And we do ongoing updates as we research travel trends and experiment on your behalf. And the other wonderful thing about this, because it's fairly new at the moment, if you buy, we're offering a lifetime membership, so 100% online anytime. So when it comes to do your marketing planning, you just go in there and you'll get the most up-to-date travel trends and what's happening in the market. You just pick what you need. So we counted them recently and we've got well over 60 travel trends. Now, I don't want you to be experiencing overwhelm here. We've got them listed and we do seriously help you pick out the ones that are good for you. We've put hundreds of hours into this. It's really, really exciting. One of my other favorite things that I haven't had a chance to show you today is our ready-made personas. I have made a fabulous persona document on seniors and sub-seniors where you can go in and again, you know, you don't have to create your own personas. This process takes a really long time. It takes hours and hours of research to create personas. We've done them for you. So we've done them for seniors, VFR, Gen Z, Gen Y, and we've got a couple of others in there. The other thing that we've got that we're really excited about is our own tourism brand blueprint. And this is on one of our coaching calls. Now, Carolyn works around the world with tourism branding. You know, she's worked on big brands, and I have too, like Qantas, Emirates, Destinations, Tour España, a whole range of destinations and businesses about branding. We actually worked on Brand Australia too for the Australian government, which was a massive, massive project for us. So we take you through tourism branding and how to create or even just refresh your own brand. So what we're also doing here today is giving you a bonus, or several bonuses actually. We're going to give you 3 months to our premium trends hub. So this is our hub where you can go in, and again, if you need something specific to build a case, this is great if you're building case studies for more money, or you just need to do some more strategic planning on something. Again, you can go in here and pick and choose. We have our ROI supplement report. So I've created a document on how to measure ROI in travel and tourism digital marketing. Now, this is a bit of a holy grail, isn't it? So what I've done is I've sourced information from all the gurus, not just travel and tourism ROI experts, but from lots of other industries as well. Our accessible report, so we put this together for World Tourism Day with lots of actionable things in here, both on product and marketing that you can put into your marketing planning. And this bonus, I think Margaret came along to this, it's our Tourism Marketer Rockstar Convention. And if you need an excuse to come to our beautiful fair city in spring, here it is. So we will have a live tourism marketing plan blueprint Rockstar Convention. For anyone who buys this, it's free and included. It's worth nearly $500. Now, if you can't make it to our beautiful fair city of Sydney, we will also have this as a virtual summit. So it will be recorded, but it's basically our coaching calls live, and we workshop your own business, your own destination with you. So you will create a truly evidence-based marketing plan with a professional template. So if you have your own marketing plan template, you can use that, or you can use our own template, which we have available in there. So you'll be seen as much more professional by your peers. You'll be, you know, all those stakeholders that are always screaming. Well, you can say, well, it's based on the evidence. You'll create a strong strategy. You'll be free of hope marketing and stop praying to the marketing, the travel marketing gods. You'll refresh your brand. You'll become strong and competitive in the age of semantic search online and your digital presence. So what does all this cost? Well, it's a great deal. It's $14.97 Australian dollars. So if you're in the US, that equates to about $1,100 at the moment. Actually, I think it's slightly cheaper because I saw our dollar has just gone down. Or if you want to pay over 12 months, it's $149 per month. It works out a little bit more, but that's the trade-off if you want to pay it off here. So it's really exciting. This is a one-time investment. You only pay once, and you have access to this all year round, anytime you want. So where do you get it? This is the URL, and I will keep this up here for the whole time. So you go to the tourismmarketingblueprint.com website. Now the other thing, because it's fairly new, we have a 60-day no questions asked guarantee. So really, if it's not for you, if it doesn't come up to scratch, if it's not up to your expectations, you just get your money back. No questions asked. And, you know, because we want you to feel that you've made the right decision. We really do. So, you know, if there's any dissonance there, we don't want you to be unhappy. So the total value is nearly $2,500 for $14.97. So you're getting the blueprint, you're getting the coaching calls, you're getting the ROI supplement, you're getting the 3-month membership to the Premium Trends Hub, and you're going to become a tourism marketing rock star at the convention. So what happens? So when you go to that URL, tourismmarketingblueprint.com, you'll go to this page, buy here, click the buy now button. So we say it's plus GST for Aussies. It'll take you to our order form here. So you just put in the quantity you want, 1. And you just fill out your details here. Now we do ask you for your full address, because in Australia we have GST, and it's only Australians that pay the GST. So so that's why we kind of ask for all that information. You choose here whether you want to make that one single payment or do the 12 payment option. You can just click that button there. So what happens after that? You will get an email with your member login for the Tourism Marketing Plan Blueprint. And when you log in, you come to this Tourism Marketing Plan Blueprint dashboard. So we call this Tourism Trend Central. So we've broken it down into several areas. We have a situation analysis, we have a tactical action plan, plus we have a few other bits and bobs. We have our templates further down. We have our coaching call schedule. So if you have a look here, I haven't updated these yet, but I'm going to update that today. And also, we're going to record those coaching call presentations, because we do battle with time zones being situated where we are. So just to let you know, we do record the coaching calls. When you go further into it, so this is what's inside the situation analysis. There's a lot of information in there. So we've broken down the trends into different sections. So we have the traveller path to purchase trends, where we take you through each element of the path to purchase. There's 7 steps there, and we tell you about the content that you need to create in order to meet those travellers on that path to purchase. We have global economic and social trends, trends in technology, general travel and tourism trends, marketing trends and counter and combined trends. Plus, we have our tourism brand blueprint. And in that brand blueprint, what actually happens is that we have a document that explains every element of the brand. Again, this is a great accompaniment to the coaching call. So if you click into those trends, we've got all the sections into, I guess, kind of mini reports. The thing that we do here, we don't protect these because we want you to use them as much as possible. It's really important that you are able to copy and paste, you know, take out what you need. We want to make it easy, and we're always available to you if you know, you're having trouble. So this is kind of a little bit of a list. It's what I could fit on this page. But this is a list of the type of trends that you'll come across. You know, we talk about macro environmental trends. We talk about the greater wealth and inequality in the world and what that means, for example, for the luxury travel market. So we've got information, yeah, about luxury. We talk about the empowerment of women and what that happens, you know, the implications on tourism, aging population, ethnic diversity, a whole range of things. We have a section on, for example, down here, multi-generational travel. We've got some niche markets down here. Theme parks reimagined. Theme parks are big at the moment. So as you can see, there's a lot of things in here, and this isn't even everything. So what I want to also offer you now, the next 15 minutes or to the end of the Q&A, whichever comes last, we are also going to give you the 5-step tourism marketing system. This is our very latest product that we planned launched a couple of months ago, and it's absolutely awesome. It's a tactical program where we take you through a marketing system in 5 steps, and this is something that we've been experimenting on over the last, I'm going to say 3 years. We've been experimenting with this. It's worked. We use this system on our own business. So again, you get the 5-step tourism marketing system. You get training videos in there, so you can watch these, or you can get your staff to watch them. Again, we have live coaching, ongoing updates, because again, this the digital marketing space, the tactical space, is changing all the time. So this is, we call it like a lab. We test theories, we test Google, and we give you the results. You have a little workbook. Again, it's available anytime. And I want to show you something I'm really excited about. Is with this system, again, we started experimenting when Google introduced semantic search, and we did, and we are really, really excited that we actually beat some of our biggest global competitors. So in Australia, we are actually ahead of Focusrite. We're ahead of government agencies, Tourism Research Australia, and a whole range of really big names. Even Skift, we're ahead of Skift, which is really amazing. So what I want to point out here is this is doable. It's really, really good, but it's based on semantic search. So the secret ingredient is time, and you've got to start now. All right, so one of the questions that we get on a regular basis is, if we're a government agency, can you invoice us? Yes, we can. Just shoot me an email. You can reply to one of my emails that you've been getting, or my email is bronwyn@mytravelresearch.com. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the counter here, and I'm going to answer questions. So I'm just going to open here, unlock my little question pane. Let's see. So do I have questions? Let's see here. Angela, let me just see if I can make it questions. Here we go. Questions. Do I do a podcast? That's a good question. It's on the list of things to do. So do you know what, Tanner? You've just given me a rocket or a kick up the you-know-what to get it from a list of things to do to actually doing. So I will, yeah, I'll get on to that. So thank you. I'm glad that someone would listen, assuming you would listen. Okay, yeah, we've got quite a few questions, so I'll get through those now. Um, Trends for adventure, families self-drive. Helen, yes, we do have a little bit of information on that sort of stuff, definitely. Trends on travellers doing outback remote travel. Are they self-drive or want packages and tours? That is probably a little bit too specific to your destinations, but I do have information if you want to chat with me on that. I'm really happy to do a one-on-one phone call with you. Not a problem at all. Um, so, uh, what else have we got here? I don't know. I can't seem to. I think that's kind of it. Um, Lots of yeses. Yes, you would listen to my podcast. Thank you. um, that's awesome. Okay, so any other questions? This is really unusual. Um, I don't think I have any there. Is there anything else that you want me to expand on by any chance? I can talk about anything else that was in there. I can expand on the seniors, millennials. All of this stuff is in the blueprint. And as I mentioned, I am going to give you these slides and I will also send out the recordings. So I don't see any more questions. What VFR? Visiting friends and relatives, Helen. Visiting for the VFR market is, again, it sounds like you're in Australia, is perhaps 53, I think the number's 53% of the domestic travel market in Australia, and those numbers would be fairly similar globally speaking. Everyone should be talking to the VFR market. So it depends on where you are in the outback though. Oh, here we go. Questions are coming through now. This is generally what happens. What do you do if you don't have luxury hotels in your destination? Well, I guess, it comes down to supply and demand. Is there a demand for a luxury hotel in your destination? Do you want one? Do you know if there's a demand, Margaret? If there is a demand, and I can have a chat to you offline, Margaret, on this. Let's have a chat. Is this something that you're wanting to create yourself? Let me know, but I can talk to you. Give me a call. The 5-step marketing system is included with the blueprint if I buy the blueprint now. Yes, Tanner, it is included, and you will not be disappointed with the blueprint, with the 5-step marketing system. So yeah, so this is why it's a fast action bonus that is available in the next 15 minutes. Margaret saying, what are the trends for inbound tourism and in regional areas? Again, this is a fairly specific Australian answer. I'm happy to chat with you, Margaret, around this. Lots of, I think Chinese would be a good market for you. Tanner, yes. Look, I think it would be, if you have the budget, absolutely. And I think the coaching course would be really great for you starting out, particularly with your touring. And as you mentioned in an email to me earlier, it's a competitive market. So yeah, I think so. Absolutely. Anyone else? We'll talk. Yes, hopefully. Great. Let me just go through and make sure I've answered every question. Now, Margaret, in terms of luxury, we have just put our luxury travel research. This was a massive research project that we just did. We are putting this into the Travel Trends Hub, of which you are a member. So I'm about to do that probably next week. I'll place it inside the Premium Trends Hub. So you will have everything you need. And this was launched at Luxperience last year, the big luxury travel market. So yeah, here we go. I've got more. Testimonials, yes, we do. We do on our main website. We have Tourism Australia has bought our products. We have government agencies all around the world. I will send you some testimonials, Howard, but if you want to have a look on our mytravelresearch.com website, and in the, I think it's About Us, there's a little drop down about testimonials. We can give you those. But if you want more, I can certainly give you more. We've got a couple on the blueprint as well. Do you imagine the consequences for marketing through applying concept of smart tourism? Darko, I'm not actually sure what smart tourism is, so you might be smarter than me. Can you just expand? I might see if I can take you off, and then you can explain that to me. I'll take you off mute. Okay. Hello, Darko.
Hello.
You're live.
I'm calling from Montenegro, from Europe.
Oh, how exciting. I was thinking of Eurovision.
No. Montenegro, small country in Europe.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know do you familiar with that fact?
No.
And it's beautiful country on the Adriatic coast in Mediterranean, and tourism destination, the new one.
Yes.
From former Yugoslavia.
Yes.
And very interesting on seaside and lots of combination seaside and mountains. This is
a lot of Australians are heading your way for holidays. A lot of seniors are discovering your part of the world.
Nice. My question is something about the concept of smart tourism, of
Yes.
concept of Internet of Things and
Yes.
destinations organized on that concept. What is the consequences in marketing planning, in marketing at all?
So I'm just trying to clarify what smart tourism is.
Concept based on the use of ICT technology in destination.
Yep. Oh yes.
Of connecting the things and the people, Internet of Things.
Yeah.
And,
okay.
That's it.
I've got it. Smart tourism is in the sense of smartphone, as opposed to brain, as opposed to the brain.
Yes.
Okay.
Using the smartphones, using some points in destination, something called iBeacon or iBeacon. I mean some focus points on the technology of Bluetooth, and when you're approaching with your smartphone, you're getting a lot of information about that point in destination.
Absolutely. So
it's a new one. It's a new one concept. Last 6 or 7 or 10 years.
Internet of Things.
Discussed journals in journal articles.
So this is all about in destination. I take it when people arrive in destination, they're picking up their phone and information is coming to them immediately.
Yes.
So what we're seeing is, Google announced they released a product, Google Now, a few years ago. And again, Darko, this is a completely underpotentiated part of the market, is marketing to travellers in destination. This is really, really important and a massive opportunity. And as I mentioned before, here in Australia, but in America, I'm not sure about Montenegro, is people, travellers and particularly operators, not making the most of Google My Business, because it's a really fabulous location-based tool for travellers. So making sure, and it's totally free and easy for businesses. So making sure your Google My Business, you have lots and lots of reviews, you have fabulous photos, you have lots of information about your product or service. Is really, really important. So being geographically friendly on your website, so that when travellers are searching for information near me, they want to have a coffee shop near me or a hotel near me or a tour company near me, so that you are coming up as an option for the traveller. Now, then there's products like Google Now, which I personally use a lot. I don't know if you're using it. It's Android, obviously, with being Google Now. So what happens is you have cards. So you download the app, and so I'm always, no matter where I go, I'm interested in coffee, getting really good coffee. I'm interested in, maybe nice restaurants near me. I'm interested in the
Kind of,
weather.
or some kind
So
of attraction or museum or
museums near me, yeah, because I'm in travel and I travel a lot. So what happens is, for example, I was in Cambodia not long ago. As soon as I got off the aircraft and turned on my phone, Google Now presented me with a whole range of information about where I was, because it's totally intuitive. It knows where I am. It also knows where I usually live. So it was telling me what time it is in Cambodia, what time it is in Newtown, Sydney, where I live. It gave me the exchange rate. It gave me the highly rated coffee places. So again, it draws the information from Google My Business, so the good coffee with the reviews, the weather, what to wear today, a whole range of information that was really, really helpful. So, and again, it's a fabulous opportunity to really connect with your travellers as they arrive in your destination. So, and it's just getting huge. But again, we don't see a lot of marketers, I guess, marketing their business in a local sense. So there are a lot of local marketing principles that apply to tourism businesses, as well as the pre-destination. So you think of the traveller path to purchase that starts the 7 stages. You start with the dreaming, then there's the stuff you do at home, the planning, the booking, and one of our specific stages that we address and talk about is in destination. So, and one of the stats that we have is that there's more people use their smartphones more in destination than they do at home. So it's really
yes,
important. It's a great question.
and
Really,
connect
really good.
through smartphone the connection. I think it's the internet and social networks are convergent,
Absolutely.
are
Yeah.
converging, and that is the great opportunity to make a lot of marketing proposals
Yes.
or actions.
Absolutely.
Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
I'm,
Thank you.
I'm, I'm impressed by your experience. I am
Thank
lecturer
you.
on the university in Montenegro, and I use your very, very kind information to get to my students. Thank you very much.
Fabulous. I'm always happy to help students. Always. Thank you. I'm going to
Thank
switch you off now. Now, one thing that I wanted to tell everybody here, if you're overseas in America, Carolyn and I are coming to the Travel and Tourism Research Association conference. And that's, I think, what's the date today? It's in about 3 weeks. So we're flying over to Quebec City. Carolyn is the chapter president for Asia Pacific. So we're really, really excited. So if anybody here is going to the TTRA conference in Quebec City in a few weeks, please come and say hello, and come and get some stuffed koalas and clippy koalas. If you were there last year, we didn't have enough. So we've actually gone out and bought a lot more clippy koalas, and kid-friendly presents, because everyone wanted koalas for their kids and grandkids. So happy to bring all that over. And do contact us if you want to make an appointment or anything like that. So again, please, if you have any questions, if you want more verification of what we're doing, I'm happy to provide you more testimonials, references. Feel free to email. I can introduce you to some of our past clients. I've got Margaret here. Actually, we could probably have, I don't know, Margaret, are you still on? Would you give us a live testimonial? Margaret?
Yes, I'm here.
Can you give me a live testimonial? Margaret is in our American friendly time slot, but she's actually here in Australia. So, and a client. So if you could talk about, so a couple of people here have asked about, who are we basically, and who are we to be selling them things? So if you can talk about what we do and what you've got out of it and what you think about us, that would be great.
Okay, thanks, Bronwyn. Yes, look, my interest is a little different to most operators because I'm involved with our local government, which in Australia drives a lot of tourism. So was an elected person in our local, in a largish rural city in Australia. So I've met Carolyn and Bronwyn a number of times now live at our state tourism conferences because they're a very respected tourism duo, if you like. But one of the things that I really, really learn a lot from Bronwyn and Carolyn is in the area of keeping up to date with the digital research, and especially that's optimization of your searches and how to keep. I think it's relevant not only to tourism but also to all businesses. Things are changing so fast in marketing. I'm a lawyer by training, but I work in a different business now. But to be able to have people on hand that can help you just keep up to date with changes in digital marketing and the enormous technological sort of challenges that we're all up against in business, it's just extraordinarily helpful because it's very the way that Carolyn and Bronwyn deliver it is very easy to take on board if you're actually busy with your other, day-to-day activities, and you just need to keep up to date but quickly, so you don't take your hand off the tiller of your main business. So that's why I think they offer a wonderful. They're clearly highly respected in tourism, but I find them it's really useful just to get a rapid update on marketing generally, and how to keep your business up there when you're so busy doing it.
Yeah, thank you, Margaret. I really appreciate that. I'm just going to switch you off, but we'll talk about the luxury stuff too in a minute too. Okay, it's interesting because it's interesting. Margaret said that we were invited to with the 5-step tourism marketing system. We deliver that as live workshops. So we get invited to different states and different, I guess in Australia we call them local government areas. In America they're counties, to present this to a live workshop to the travel industry and also to practitioners, destination marketers. And it was interesting. I was there delivering one day and one of the managers said, what you're saying applies to all businesses. So they invited me back to give the same presentation that I gave to tourism destination marketers to their local business chamber. So yeah, as I say, we're all facing a similar digital landscape, the whole semantic search landscape, tech landscape, and we do all face similar travel trends as an industry. But I want to thank everybody for coming and being attentive and listening. I really, really appreciate it. It's been a great session and I'm so pleased you've got a lot out of it. If you need any more information, please do let me know. Contact me personally and I'd love to answer any questions. And if you're heading to the TTRA conference, I'm really looking forward to catching up with you personally over a nice glass of craft beer. I hear that's a specialty in Quebec. So we'll see you soon and we'll catch you next time at the next webinar. Thanks again, everyone. Bye.